the fit over player conversation tends to devalue the player because
It
we know
does.
Russ is good.
It
But
does.
I feel like it also tends to devalue another player in Josh Giddey, who with the Bulls
Oh,
is fitting well, is playing well. With OKC,
God bless.
not so much. And I saw you got some jokes off, Riv.
It
You
wasn't
know,
a joke. I was
it
dead
Wasn't
ass.
it was dead serious. He's about to get 30 M's.
he's not getting Josh Giddey. No way he gets 30 million. No way.
Joel,
No way.
Chicago Bulls.
I promise
one of the
you.
most
Quickly got it.
functional
What
organization.
Patrick Williams get?
He got
Like
18.
22.
He got 18
Oh
a year.
yeah.
What's
Giddey's getting
Kobe White's
25.
contract?
Giddey's
He got it
getting
on the
25.
steal, though. That was 14.
He did get
He
it.
gave
Okay.
Patrick Williams 18 after that. Josh Giddey is playing 50 times better than Patrick Williams. He's getting 30.
Josh Giddey is playing really well right now, though. He looks like a good basketball player.
He's playing well in his last 10 games. Actually,
25. He's averaging 17, 6, and 6 his last 25 games.
Oh, that's really good. That's
He's
dope.
shooting 37% from 3 on the season.
No, that's dope as hell. That's what happens when you give a bad player the ball and a bad team. They play really well. It really does matter.
Are you
I mean,
buying
Josh-
into this, Joel?
Yes, I am. I don't think Josh Giddey's bad.
Well, no, he could do this on Chicago. I believe he can do this and put up 17, 6, and 6 if he's just gonna have the ball and just be ass.
What happened to letting players grow, man? What happened to just this dude in his second
He could
season
grow.
averaged
Wait,
16?
22? 23? How old is he? 22, 23?
Yeah, he'll be
I think-
23 this year. So like
Right.
20.
So like, yeah, I mean, let him grow, let him have fun. But like, is any playoff contending team really gonna be like, oh yeah, Josh Giddey, we're building around you? Like, come on.
I just think 30 million is unrealistic. Derek White just got 29 million per year. Tyler Hero's making 30 million per year. I don't think there's any world where Giddey makes that. I think Giddey makes like 20 million per year, and I think that'll be fine.
Yo, bro,
Bro, like
Chicago
quickly
has
making
to-
32.
Chicago
So-
has to pay somebody.
They can get people in free agency.
Like we did we forget Fred VanVleet got 40?
Josh Giddey doesn't have Fred VanVleet staying.
Oh my god.
They
It's
have
just,
to pay
it's just
somebody.
Chicago. Chicago's a wild card.
You're
they're gonna
hoping
bid against
Chicago,
themselves.
like Chicago has not done nothing good in 10 years.
They haven't done anything right, really, ever, or not ever, but like, yeah, 10 years.
Somebody just said Jalen Suggs got 30 mil, but Jalen Suggs was proven on a winning team that made the playoffs.
for a year.
Yeah, I don't think that Giddey's getting that contract.
He might,
I think I can
we
see him
can-
getting 25.
We can make that deal. I don't think Giddey sniffs 30.
I don't listen. I'm not gonna. I'm
30
not
is
gonna
fake
bet
a
on
lot.
his pockets. I don't want to do. I'm not betting on his
Hey, but I saw, Riv had to get some jokes off. If he said 20 mil, it wasn't going to hit the same as 30
No,
mil. 30 mil is like, oh, wow, terrible.
No, people were actually under there trying to convince me that they should give him $30 million a year. I literally laughed because
Well, if you've seen his highlights as of recently, maybe you'd be convinced too.
that's some Chicago shit. Like literally, he's playing well. Let's give him $30 million a year. Like I can see them doing that. Like I can legitimately see them doing that.
I feel like he's turned into a good player. He has freedom, and I think he's just scratching the surface of what he could be, which is a reliable ball handler who can create shots for others and he can get downhill. And
You're a good
he's shooting the ball with confidence.
You should
Like,
take over
mean-
Chicago's GM and sell that to some other GM.
Hey,
Give
listen,
me
I
two
had no
protected
problem. I have no problem paying Josh Giddey after we draft Cooper Flag.
Okay.
You'll pay him
You're gonna
30
make him
M's.
No, I wouldn't pay him 30. I think 20 million is more than fine. I
Okay.
think 20 million is what he's probably going to get. And I think, he's playing really well right now. You can't discount what he's doing. So are you telling me you think that this is fake? You're not buying into this at all.
I'll wait and see on it. Like we've seen him we've seen him in a competitive situation. He was dog shit. So I'll wait to see if they get a little bit more competitive.
The
Riv,
fit's
are you-
weird. The fit's
you-
weird on a lot of teams, man.
Are you gone with Chicago still? Like, no way, no how you're coming back?
Bro, I'm not coming back.
That's so crazy, man.
It's just like no way.
It's been dead for years. I don't even ask him anymore.
Like the answer would never change. I'm so gone. It's not even funny. Like for me to come back, they'd have to get like a man on their team. Then like Steph will have to go there for like a day. Then like they will have to get like Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper. Like there's a lot of shit that has to go for me to go over there.
I mean, I can't really talk, man. I'm a Lakers fan, so like, who am I to call anyone out on fandom?
I just thought Riv would be more excited about the Kobe White and Josh Giddey backcourt.
Kobe White hasn't been playing well.
He has his moments, though.
He does have his moments. That's my dog. Kobe, I love Kobe. That's
He
my
went off
guy.
against the Magic, right?
I was watching the Josh Giddey highlights, has some calm triple doubles against some good defenses. John, are you out on Giddey?
I'm not out, but I'm not going to pay a player who's only played well in April and March. Giddey up until 50 games, shooting 32% from three. I'm not going to get fooled by that. Like, I'm familiar with their game and have been for a long time. Josh Giddey is not going to get a huge payday off of 2 months because we see that a lot of time with these players who maybe have talent and potential, but even if all of that goes well, they still have really glaring issues. So I think maybe the Patrick Williams plan, that type of contract is fair for him. But I mean, we've seen a lot of guards get paid and the market skyrocket, and it would be pretty egregious if he got 30 M's.
We saw IQ get 30. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that
Raptors are needy.
I think that it wasn't a bad trade for the Bulls. I know that people are fixated on like the first round picks.
You pulled up your tweet.
Yeah, but like the thing about it is that like the first round picks, the late first round picks, because that's what OKC was going to trade. Like, would you rather have Josh Giddey or like draft a late guy and it's like Dalen Terry?
What if
That's
it's
the Bulls drafting late.
That's few and far between.
We're banking on Chicago to develop dudes.
Yeah, that's a fact. Also, I mean, like,
Also banking on Chicago to draft well.
you still could have got something better, like maybe a pick or two, maybe.
But that's the
what's
thing. If
what-
you let
what's-
if you
what's
let
better
Giddey
than-
walk, you
What's
trade
better than
Giddey
what
for
Giddey's
nothing.
been doing right now?
No,
You're
that's a
screwed
fact.
either way.
Yeah.
You let
It's
Giddey
just-
walk,
You
you
gotta
trade Caruso for nothing. You pay Giddey, you just paid Giddey.
Now
They
you
weren't
gotta-
doing
all right.
they weren't doing OKC a favor by taking Giddey off their hands because the Thunder were looking at actively.
Absolutely.
Thunder were probably looking
And
to
with
waive
that-
him.
If you got a first round
Absolutely.
pick, it would have been more understandable because when you're dealing with the Thunder and they have 20 first round picks, you tell me you can't get one of them for a valuable bench player when you're doing them a favor. I think that's where Chicago's negotiating was piss
The
poor.
Bulls are dog shit. They haven't been a good organization.
Shout out AK, seeing
Oh,
whole
wow.
product. You're doing them a disservice.
But where are you going to find somebody that could give you 26, 10, and 12? And that's what Giddey just did.
Crying.
The
rather
first
not do
round
that.
picks sound great. Or are they giving you 26, 10, and 12?
These March runs about to be so funny.
Oh, man.
Generational. This is my favorite time of year.
You know,
This is where I
Najee,
pick agendas.
you see Najee Marshall
Take
now.
your time.
Oh my goodness.
Najee probably gonna do that a couple more times. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
He's
You
like
know,
their
it's
best
dead
shot
crazy,
creator.
bro. I was ready to come up here, talk crazy. Oh, Caruso, Najee Marshall, da, 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 da. Najee Marshall goes 39 and 10.
yeah, he was killing. He was killing too.
He said, "Be the hell quiet, Drew, and stay humble."
He's a
I was
bucket,
like,
man.
"Okay."
He's a great player.
He is. He's
Phenomenal.
really great.
You're not if he's getting $7 million a year, I don't think Giddey's getting 30.
IQ got 30.
I think IQ was further along.
Different roles, man.
Brother, it's the
Najee's
Bulls.
role is defined already.
Whoa, when have the Bulls ever made a good decision in your
Rid,
life?
you are spitting. IQ got 30. Giddey might get 30, man.
I don't
might
think
get
so.
He might get 30, dude.
He's gonna get close to 30.
Giddey's averaging 13 on the season. I know that recently he's been playing really well, but he's only averaging 13 points.
He's at the bottom of every statistic. Trust me, I know. Trust me, it's at the bottom everywhere. But it's the Chicago Bulls. They've made nothing but bad decision after bad decision. If he continues to play like this in March and April runs, Jalen Green just got 30. Like I can see it, bro. I can see it. They'd be like, fuck it.
Giddey never had a month like February 2024.
No,
Please.
no.
I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying they could just be like, you know what? Let's give him a little.
John,
3
have you
years.
been noticing about Jalen Green 2025? Throw some respect on his name, please.
Me? I was the one defending Jalen Green with you.
Oh, my bad. Sorry,
Come
I'm
on.
mad defensive over Jalen Green.
yeah. I
on me.
disagree with you too.
It's
Wow.
a Tortorelli. I
Not
mean,
my favorite
okay.
player.
I was getting ready to talk about the Cavaliers and Bucks, but it wasn't a good game at all. I kind of feel like this gave us clarification that there's just two teams in the East that are important and that matter.
Yeah,
Disrespect to your
for sure.
picks.
Is that disrespectful?
To your
No.
team? Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I would never say that.
What
That's
about
not
the
fair.
Indiana Pacers?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland didn't even have a crazy game today. Like they didn't.
Awesome.
And this offense still was humming. And this goes back to the conversation that we had the other day, where it's not just about the two guys at the top. It's about everybody else. Max Strus came to play.
Max Strus was crazy in this game.
Jared Allen had
He was
moments.
pissing me
Sam
off.
Murrell hit some timely threes. DeAndre Hunter had some moments. Evan fucking Mobley is a demon. I mean, this
He's
team,
goated.
this team from top to bottom, you're just not going to find a team that's just this deep outside of OKC and probably Boston. Like this team from top to bottom is really good, and they always have a sleeping giant on that bench that can come in and that can play well. Their two best players didn't even play their best, and they still were able to come out and with Milwaukee. I mean, Milwaukee did everything they could, but they just defensively in the second half, they came out, they were sound, they punched them in the mouth. I mean, this Cavs team is different. You could feel it in the energy. They have a sense of urgency. They definitely woke up for this game too because they came to play. And, you know, Kenny Atkinson has these guys humming. And listen, Milwaukee, you give them credit because this was their first time with this new group, you know, playing Cavs. They played them a couple months ago. You have Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma was awful today. I'll be honest with you. Kyle Kuzma was not good. You know, the role players, it really was just Giannis and Dame doing their thing, and then everybody else was just like, all right, guys, save us. And they just couldn't do it for Cleveland. It's really just a collective effort of they have a guy that can step up at any moment. They can get into their offensive sets. They always find a good shot at the end of a shot clock, or they always find a good look damn near every possession. And defensively, their rotations are really good. Their guards play defense. You know, even their small guards in Sam Muro, they give effort. You know, Ty Jerome is not the fastest guy. He gives effort on the defensive end. You know, and they always make a mistake and they come back and they do their thing after that. Like, they just hold each other accountable. And that's what you want from a team that's trying to win a championship. You know, Donovan Mitchell said it best. You know, they didn't accomplish anything. They didn't do anything. They know the target is on their back. They know everything that they have to accomplish. It's going to be in May. It's going to be in June. But it has to feel pretty fucking sweet to have 50-plus wins and you've dominated damn near every team in the league.
One crazy stat about today, and Riv, you highlighted very well, your two best players offensively go 8 of 28 from the field, and you still win comfortably. Why? Dean Wade and Max Strus nearly match the same amount of threes as the entire Bucks. Dean Wade goes a perfect 3 of 3, plus 23 off the bench. And then Max Strus, who's this team's 6th to 7th best player some nights, got Ty Jerome off the bench, hits 5 threes, goes 5 of 9. And it really does highlight very well, Del, as you know this, because you've seen this with the Celtics as of late. So it makes this a very exciting top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference. This Cavalier team has awesome depth, and it's complementary depth that really fits in so well. Even in a night where DeAndre Hunter off the bench doesn't have a great game, he's still making an impact and leaving a mark offensively. And just the combination of all these creators on the offensive end kind of gives the Cavs this spark where off the bench today, they over doubled. The same exact story as the Nuggets Thunder game, where they score, I believe it was 40 points, and then the Bucks got 14 from their, 42 to 21. They doubled the output of Milwaukee's bench. And then defensively is where the Cavaliers can hang their hat. You hold this Bucks team to 100 points, no one is able to get anything going outside of Giannis. And it's a testament to the credibility of this entire Cavalier group. When their offense isn't clicking, their defense will hold its own. And I think it really says a lot that in a game so ugly from their top 2 players, where they don't play well, everybody else steps up.
This game also highlighted how amazing the Cavaliers' three-point shooting is. Like we already know, they not only doubled their bench output, but they also doubled their three-point output.
Yep.
Took well more threes than them. Shot way better from three-point range. Shot 40% from threes. They made 19 to the Bucks 9 three-point shots. That ended up being the difference down the stretch of the game. The Bucks had it close in the fourth quarter. Then the Cavaliers started making some threes. The lid was on the rim for the Bucks, and that ended up being how the game was able to be put away. We keep talking about it. This is a team effort. The Cavaliers are an amazing, well-rounded team on both sides of the basketball. And when we talk about this offense, there's so many people that can get to you. That's what makes them so dangerous. And the game versus Milwaukee, where, again, like we've already mentioned, the two guys had a solid performance in Giannis and Dame. It's the rest of the supporting cast that's always going to be our question mark in a series versus the top 2 contenders in the Eastern Conference. That's where I look at the Cavaliers. I have to respect what they do every single night. They're on a 13-game win streak. Is it now 14 after this win? One of the two. They've just been so incredible this season. One of the best stories of this season. And I can't help but sing their praises.
How about that being their second 14-game winning streak of the season?